What's up, guys? This is Jason from the Jason&Jabari Gaming, and today we have war number 10. Today we'll be going up against the Matrix. We know they're a really good alliance. We recently lost to Salty. If you haven't seen that war, I'll leave a link to it at the end of this video, so you can see my perspective of things. But yeah, man, we're going to get right into this war. We do want to stay top 10 masters, ideally. Unfortunately, I don't think it's within reach to get into the top 3, especially with our record. So the next best thing is we finish where we finished the last season, which is a top 10. So that is what we're trying to do. I was told to bring in Null, Torch, and a +1. So I thought about my path, and ultimately I went with Wags. And the discussion that was had was I'm taking path 1. So my first fight is Tigra. So I'm using Torch for that. And then my next fight is Spider Pig. And I said, hey man, do you think I can use a Torch pre-fight on Spider Pig and it'll go much faster with the Wags? And he said, yeah, absolutely. Because after that last time I fought Spider Pig with Null, I was kind of like shook a little bit. Like, I don't know if I really want to do that again. So I was supposed to place a Wags here on Tigra just to make it slightly easier, not necessarily. But I had 3 Wags pre-fights and they weren't needed anywhere as of yet. So I said, okay, cool, I'll use it here on this R4 Tigra. So you see I'm boosted up. I'm getting ready to go into this fight. I go with the invul boost to be safe for the next 2 fights. Yeah, man, I just go in. So we forgot to put on our pre-fight, and I'm like, oh, okay, not the end of the world. We're not using flame on here. Of course, I was talking about the Wags pre-fight. So we're just gonna play it nice and slow, medium, light, mediums, primarily. We'll go into Nova Flame when we get her at 7 incinerates and our temperature is at 20. Here she's not really gonna play ball, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, a lot of people are scared to push her to her special 2. It's only unblockable from a distance, guys, so it's not really that scary, just like the special 1. So she goes down really simply. So I'm like, oh crap, all right, I forgot to put on my Wags, so I gotta make sure I put on my Wags pre-fight here. So we apply the guidance boost, and then we go back to Torch, and yeah, I'm looking over, making sure I have my invul boost still active, and I go in. So immediately when I do my parry and I see incinerates on them, I say, oh crap, I did not apply my Torch pre-fight. So yeah, I'm an idiot. So we just made this fight a lot harder now. And I'm like, oh crap, this is bad. But guys, Man on Fire did not give up, right? And you see what happened to him, okay? All right, Gladiator, Russell Crowe, he did not give up. And you see what happened to him, right? Okay, Crixus from Spartacus, he didn't want to get stabbed in the back, and you see what happened to him. They never gave up, guys, right? So neither are we. We're not giving up. We're gonna fight, and we're gonna try to win here. All right, so he's at 10 spider nonsense, and yeah, I'm just kind of like, okay, my first incinerate, doesn't matter if I do a medium or a light, it's going to proc his regen, but the next ones won't. He's at 2 spiders, or he's at 2 bars of power, and I'm like, crap, dude, you gotta throw this. It's unblockable, but your boy dexes it cleanly against the wall, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta throw my special 3 to get out of this corner. That was a super clean dex, I'm not gonna lie. I've never done that in my life. But we did it there. That was Jesus. He took the wheel again. I don't know, guys. He loves me. So anyway, now we're in Nova Flame, so now those do not count as debuffs, and since we have the guidance on, it's not counting as a debuff when we parry, but as you know, the special 3 doesn't last very long, but it did help us get some solid damage in. We are healing from his taunt, and again, we're not trying to press him to his special 1. There we got hit with our indestructible. I think that's just 2 hits. I don't think we got hit anymore there. But yeah, we accidentally pushed him to 2 bars. Now we get hit. Our indestructible is gone. We're in the corner. He's at 2 bars. This is bad. This is real bad. We intercept. We intercept real quick. And yeah, man, he's just gonna throw it. We're gonna block all of that because I'm not trying to do another dex. So yeah, he's at 10 spider nonsense. But the good news is, with our wags, it gives us enough time to do 3 hits, which is all you want to do in the first place with torch. But now, yeah, we're down to the last few percentage of our health. He's building up spider nonsense because we're at 10 bars of power. I couldn't throw my special yet, because I had some stings on me, but now I don't. So I'm like, okay. I'm only going to hit him while he's stunned. And then he comes at me, gets me in the corner. He's about to heavy me. I throw off my special. He's at 1%. So I'm pretty sure this better kill him. Otherwise, I am in some serious trouble. So, it lands on him and we KO. The diciest, sketchiest fight I've had with Spider Pig. Oh my God. My heart had stopped for most of that fight. I probably would have passed out had it gone on anymore from lack of oxygen. So yeah, that wasn't my fate, guys. It sucks for those guys, but it wasn't gonna be me though. So yeah, we escaped without dying. All right, so now we're back on our normal path. You guys have seen me take this fight with Nimgod, Null against Nimgod. I've taken him here on 24, and I've also taken him on, I think that's 46 maybe, or something like that. The shared mini at the end of 1 through 3 paths. I've taken him there a lot primarily as well. I don't find this fight to be particularly challenging. As long as you know what you're doing, then you should be fine. I've talked about how to approach these fights time after time. Here I'm throwing on a combat regen, and that's just to stay topped off on health. I have them in the overflow. There are not many instances where combat regen comes into play for me. The only time they actually help me is if I'm low on health pots and I just kind of want to heal up from a nasty fight, or if I know I'm going to be taking unavoidable damage with a certain character or something like that, and I just kind of want to mitigate the amount of damage that I'm taking. So yeah, we're going to fire off our special 1. We're going to start that corruption timer going down. I primarily like to push Nimgod to a special 2. Number 1, it's easier for me to dex. And number 2, the special 1 gives him a, what is it called? Energized buff, which fuels his power. So he'll get at bars of powers very quickly. So that is why I would prefer to press him to the special 2. Granted, the special 2, while in his blitz protocol, or in his, I think, what is it? Titan or whatever, I can't think of it. Let's go colors. Orange and purple do not get tagged if he's at 10 charges by the special 2. Otherwise you will probably die from all of the passive shocks that are placed on you. So as long as you know how to dex that special 2, then you should be in no danger. There he's only at 7 charges, so he was in the blue phrase, which gave him his unstoppable, which is fine. You could block there, but again, I always practice dexing it for battlegrounds purposes and things like that. With the special 1, it actually doesn't do a ton of damage, but I take the first little bit on the block and then dex out of it. I have been able to dex it successfully numerous times, but I'm not super consistent with it. So this is one of those instances I'm talking about. He's in purple. Do not let that touch you. Otherwise, you are probably dead. So, yeah, that about sums it up. This is a longer fight, but it's relatively safe. It's relatively straightforward, and he'll be going down here shortly. Spoiler alert, I definitely do not die to this guy. I thought I could finish him off with combos into the block, but to be safe, I stopped at 4. Just parried and finished him that way. All right, so we're moving up. We're still taking path 1 here. And we have another weapon flex. It looks like Black Friday has been good to somebody, quite possibly. I've taken a weapon flex here on this exact node before this season. I forgot which war it was, but I did make a playlist for you guys, so you can go back and watch all my wars all you want. You're welcome. So basically, the idea is to fire off our special one here. We put on an invul boost just in case we get tagged, and this was just for safety. And then he is so aggressive, which is fantastic when he's in his other mode, berserker mode or whatever. So he's at his charges. When he fires off his special, he'll go unblockable and unstoppable. The unstoppable will stop after that, then he'll just be unblockable. And now we can go in, we can draft back a lot. We're going to push him to a bar every single time and bait out his specials, but we're going to be doing a ton of draft backs, and that man is down in like 30 something seconds. So very easy fight for Null. Very easy fight. He is not a hard opponent whatsoever, as you can see. But yeah, if he's super aggressive, so if you're great at intercepting, then you're not going to have a problem. If you struggle with that, or if you struggle with a hyper aggressive AI, then I would talk to your officer about maybe getting a safer option. But even though Null is bleed resistant, you definitely can't die because he does hit hard. Weapon flex hits pretty hard. All right, so now we have a Professor Xavier. I don't have a problem with fighting Professor X. He's not hard whatsoever. There's nothing about him that's scary. As long as you know how to play him, again, there's really no worries here. I like to personally bait out his special twos. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We will be power locked while he's in his little phase or whatever. But after that, that's pretty much it. That's all you have to worry about. Special one's simple enough to dex as well. It's just a little bit of a longer animation. This dude's about to drop. I mean, this dude's about to drop. I'm about to be at 100% health, and we're going to pretend like this fight didn't exist because there was nothing to really tell you guys. Yeah. All right. So he's done, and yeah, we waited on our boy East Strong. He went ahead and took out that Rentra. He did a great job as always. And now I thought my war was over then, but then they asked me, hey, do you mind taking this Dr. Doom? I had one more Wags pre-fight. I dropped one on that Rentra for my boy E Strong, and yeah, I said sure, because I obviously had my Torch pre-fight still, so I was like, all right, you know, I don't mind reboosting to help out the team, so that's what you'll see me do. At this point, we were winning, and we wanted to win. So yeah, I definitely wanted to do my part. I'll boost up like I'm supposed to. Basically, you're going to stick to medium light combos, and watch him melt. Try not to get cornered. I don't have a problem with dexing in special one as much. I don't have a problem with dexing is special 2. I'm actually better at dexing Doom special 2 than I am the special 1. I know that sounds super weird, but I do it so often that I practice it more. So that's the only way I can explain it, especially in battlegrounds. So yeah, here we go. The first parry did not land. The second one did. So we're just going to stick to medium lights, and we're going to slow play it. The Nova Flames will do the work for us, and again, I'm just sticking to medium lights, and I'm really not trying to bait out a special 1, to be completely honest. I only want to bait out them special 2s. So he had 6 Nova Flames on him. As you see, we get a clean dex. I go for the medium light medium there. That's actually instinctual, so that was my bad. I didn't really want to do that. I don't know if I do it again. I did it there because I wanted to push him to 2 bars, and as you saw, he goes down. very clean solo. We did take a ton of block damage, but didn't really matter. All right, guys, that's it. We definitely won this war. Huge comeback. I'm very, very happy with the fellas. Shout out to Sweetest Alliance. We did it, and then come back from that horrific war that we had against Salty. But yeah, man, they died 6 times. We died 4. We were looking back in our normal form, I will say. We are a very strong alliance. We are very capable, and this war proved it. So yeah, we have war number 11 going on now. It's about to end, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Please continue liking and subscribing. We're getting closer to 900. Peace.